Hi everyone. I just posted a video where I spoke about being gaslighted, and I'm re-recording that because I gave a little bit too much information in that, and it was making me nervous, and my intuition was saying no, that's not right. Take it down. So I was like, okay. So I'm reshooting that video. So this video is about um, when somebody ghosts you or ends things with you abruptly without telling you why they're ending it, like somebody breaks up with you over text without telling you why, and you've not had conversations around it, and you don't know what's going on, and you're just wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I do? Like, is there something wrong with me? Is why did this person do this with me? They must have done this because I must have hurt them in some way, or they must have done this to me because there must be something wrong with me, right? Especially if it happens multiple times, but even once, it's very, very hurtful for somebody to do that. And I'm not talking about like on a dating app, when somebody, you've had one conversation, one text conversation with someone, or maybe one date with someone, and they don't tell you that it's not going anywhere else. Like, that's fine, you don't know them, there isn't that much, but I'm talking about people you know for years, decades even, and suddenly they just ghost you, or they just suddenly, like, just suddenly abruptly break up without telling you why, and they just break up over text or break up just like that, and you everything is perfect, everything is going great, and then suddenly it's over, and you're like, huh, what happened? And it's difficult to not take it on. Or gaslighting is also when somebody makes you feel less than. You cannot do anything. You don't do anything. You cannot do anything. And they might not say it, right? They might be very, very charming, very polite, or sorry, politically correct, or very, like, intellectually they would say it, they might actually even appreciate you, or on the surface. But somehow when you leave that, then you end up feeling. So recently I was sitting in a plane. I've sat in planes a million times in my life, right? Like, but I was sitting in a plane, and I was feeling like this person thinks I'm unworthy of sitting in a plane. And that, it got to me, right? It penetrated me, and I would fight with that person as well about things, but still it penetrated me. It went through my shields, even despite the fact that I fought with the person about it, and even despite the fact that the person apologized about certain things, but it still penetrated me. So when we have um, some people, get to us more than other people. Some people just don't get to me at all. Like, it's like totally okay. And I've seen that same person get to other people, right? But that person did not get to me. Um, so yeah, there are many ways, there are many angles in which we can be gaslighted, where we feel like we're less than and there's something wrong with us. And when somebody puts us down or makes us feel less than, then the best thing to do is to stay away. And okay, so I like to give this example. Like, let's say we're sitting in a parking lot. We're just minding our own business. We're sitting in the car, we're in the parking lot, we're doing something with our phone or whatever, right? And it's an empty parking lot, and there's this guy comes in with his Jeep, and he's like ramming into our car, and we become paralyzed from then on. Is it the person's fault? Absolutely, it is the person's fault. 100% it is the person's fault, right? We are sitting there, parked correctly, minding our own business, and then this person comes in and, like, whatever. But what is our responsibility now? That is our responsibility. Yes, it is the person's fault, but it is our now responsibility. What now? What the question is, what now? What do I do now? What do I do next? What is my course of action right now? So when I take responsibility for my life from this moment on, this is where I'm at. This is the truth. This is a fact. So I can hold on to anger and resentment. And it's okay to also have anger and resentment, because if we're feeling it and we're burying it, then that just stays in our body and it creates all kinds of havoc, right? So we don't want to hold on to, like, we don't want to keep it inside. We don't want to pretend it's not there. We don't want to bury it. We want to express it, but express it in a healthy way. Like, we can yell and scream or whatever in the safety of our own car, or in the safety of our own whatever. We can feel all of that. We can allow ourselves to feel that. We need to, we must, we should allow ourselves to feel all of that. But then our intention should be very clear that we want to let it go because that is poison for us. Having that anger and resentment is only poison for us. It's not going to help us in any way. So, yes, we feel it. We allow ourselves to be where we are. We are in the place where we're feeling all of this, but we set this intention, and we set this intention not just to release that anger and resentment or not just to forgive, but to be in a place where we absolutely understand that the person is doing whatever they're doing based on where they are and based on their insecurities and fear. They are going through something. They need to put us down in order to feel good about themselves. And putting us down, ghosting is also a way to put us down. So they are doing, especially when we're asking, like, what did I do wrong? Can you please tell me what I did wrong? Can you please communicate with me? And the person is not communicating, then yeah, then that's fine. They're afraid to communicate for whatever reason, and they're they're using this as a way to put us down, to make us feel less than, to make us feel, because they know that it's, they subconsciously know, even if they don't consciously know, they know that we're going to go through this, like, what did I do wrong? What did I, is there something wrong with me? They know we're going to go through that. So it's very unkind of a person to do that, right? It's very unloving and very unkind of the person to do that. But we can understand, we can get to a place, we can get, set the intention to get to a place where we understand that what they're doing, their actions, is completely up to them, completely based on their own fears and their own insecurities and their own whatever it is, and it has absolutely nothing to do with us. So when we understand that, then we can get to a place where we actually can pray for them or wish them the very best of everything. And that is the goal that we want, is like, we want them to be extremely happy, we want them to be extremely, whatever, we want them to be in a place of the highest joy. And while we stay away from them, as long as they have not, we've seen that they have not changed, or they have not asked for forgiveness, or asked for forgiveness but with change, not just ask for forgiveness, because many people will ask for forgiveness but not mean it, right? So we can stay. So when we know that this person has this big jeep, and this person likes to go around in that parking lot, and he likes to create havoc in that parking lot, and this person kind of, like, has taken over, then we stay away from that parking lot. We don't go in there and go away. Like, one time the person bangs into us, then once we know that this person is going to do this, then we stay away, and we keep ourselves away from that. So we protect ourselves, right? We put up shields by just staying away. Our shield is not just a shield. Our shield is like we staying away until we feel like we have a strong enough shield that even if the jeep bangs into us, we'll still be strong. But it's risky there, right? Because I mean, you never know which angle the person might hit or whatever. So yeah, but if we feel like we're really strong and our shields are extremely strong, and this person can say whatever, like, oh, you think you can do this? You really think you can do this? You really want to do this? Like, there's just these subtle little things, like, you really think you can do that? Like, yeah, it's so toxic, it's so bad. Because if you don't have the shields, especially, or with some people I don't care because I have strong enough shields. So with some people I do care because I don't have strong. So you be the judge of where you are, what you can handle, so that you get to a place where you're not limiting yourself, so that you can function in the way God wants you to function, or whatever your purpose is, whatever your life purpose is. You can make progress in that, rather than just constantly worrying about, or rather than draining your emotional energy and draining your emotional state, where you're worrying about what's wrong with you, or what you did wrong, or how hurt you are. Instead of that, you can focus all of your energy on, um, what do I do next? What is my life purpose? How do I fulfill my life purpose? How do I do what I need to do? How do I do God's will, or whatever it is that you feel is your life purpose? Okay. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I wish you a day filled with lots and lots of strength. Strength to protect yourself, shields, and awareness to know when you should be in which situation. Okay, Radha, Radha.